Hello, welcome back to my channel and another What I Eat in a Day as a Vegan on Slimming World. I am feeling super enthusiastic because I've got a new lease of life with Slimming World, and I'll tell you a bit more about that later in the video. But for right now, let's get straight into it, and I'm going to show you what I've had for breakfast today. This portion of the video is how I made what I had today. I hadn't really planned lunch today, so I had a pack of sushi, and this is from Waitrose. a vegetable sushi, and on the app the 150 gram pack is 1.5 syns. The pack I had is actually a bit larger than that, and I think it was 220 grams, so I called it 2.5 syns just to be on the safe side. I'm sure it was probably more like 2, but 2.5 is fine. So I had that. I knew it wasn't really going to fill me up, so I also had one of the new Wicked Kitchen noodle pots. I put that through the app to work out the calories, and that came out at 2 syns. Sorry, I meant syns, not calories. So that came out at 2 syns. So I had that as well. And then also I had a little cup of miso soup. And it's the miso tasty one that comes with the little sachet of seaweed and things like that. So for dinner tonight, I'm now going to start prepping it, and I'll show you what I do. Basically, I'm making a fake away. I wouldn't normally have 2 lots of fake meat in one day. However, it's just the way it's worked out today. Usually I would ensure I had some kind of bean or something like that, but like I said, it's not something I usually do, but it is today, so I'm sorry if you don't like fake meat. Basically, I'm making a kind of kebab and chips. Kebab isn't really something that I ever used to have as a meat eater or as a vegetarian. I don't even know of any veggie kebab meat that isn't vegan. I think the last time I had a meat kebab was when I was like a little kid, and we used to have them sometimes on a Friday night as a like treat, which makes it sound really chavvy, but anyway, I'll tell you actually a funny story. What really put me off eating them when I was, and I mean, bear in mind I was quite small, like maybe 6 or 7 at this time, and just to put it in perspective, I'm 35 right now. So I remember we always used to sit at the breakfast room table, and we'd have, me and my sister would be in there with our kebab, and we used to watch 999 What's Your Emergency, which I don't think is on anymore, or certainly not in the same incarnation, but basically it was a program with loads of horrible accidents and stuff. And I just remember this one where this boy on a school sports field got a javelin through his neck, and I was eating a kebab at the time, and it just put me off for life. I can't even talk about it any more than that. But moving on very swiftly, I'm not put off vegan kebabs, so it's all good. So this shawarma kebab is 1.5 syns for the whole pack. This is the size of the pack, so it's a good protein source. The pack has 15 grams of protein per 100 grams, and it's a 175 gram pack. So my maths is not that fast, but that's over 25 grams of protein. So that's really, really good. Protein keeps you fuller, so that's brilliant. I'm also going to make some chips, and I'm going to make a giant special salad. It's a basic salad, but it's like special because it's got a couple of bits I don't usually put in my salads. So yeah, I'll show you now how I do everything. It's really very basic. Hey guys, so I'm in the middle of prepping my dinner. As you just saw, I've made my giant salad, and I do mean giant. I love a big salad, and this is pretty much as big as they get. but of course it's going to go with chips and kebab. So this is all speed food on this plate. The beetroot, which you'll see more clearly later, sorry about this angle by the way, but the beetroot is the Love Beets Sweet and Smoky shredded beetroot. This was the packet. Please be aware if you buy this Love Beets stuff that it's not sin-free. I've made this mistake before because the Tesco version of this is sin-free, but this one is 1.5 syns for this pack. You may notice I've got pink lips because I've already been nibbling it because I can't resist it. I love this stuff. Yeah, this is 1.5 syns for this pack, so that's already on my bowl. The salsa that they do is, I think, 3 or 3.5 syns. I had that the other day and was horribly caught out by that, so just a word to the wise. But it was very tasty though. So if you want some beetroots but a little bit different, that's a nice way to get them in. So I'm going to give you guys a bonus recipe now. I'm just putting together my lunch for tomorrow because I'm also going to do, I've done the same kind of salad veg, and then I'm doing another pack of the kebab meat for my lunch tomorrow because I know that I'm having like a chickpea curry at my sister's tomorrow night. But I'm having kebab meat, this 3-bean salad, and then the salad stuff's mixed in. So it's a really proteiny, really speedy lunch. So that should be really tasty. I'm just going to throw that together. And then your bonus recipe is that I'm also quickly going to make a minestrone soup. This isn't an authentic minestrone soup, so please don't crucify me if you're Italian. This is a version of a minestrone soup. And I'm just throwing it together because I've got some ingredients that needed using, and then I just bought a couple of supplemental ones. I thought they'll go really nicely and that'll be perfect. So I'll show you how I make my minestrone soup. Well, I say I make my minestrone soup. What I actually mean is how I'm going to make up and improvise this so-called recipe that I'm about to share with you. But let's pretend I'm professional. Okay, I've just cooked my kebab meat for my lunch tomorrow. I'll do my tea in a moment. This is the big salad I've made for lunch tomorrow. As you can see, it's quite large, but I prefer to have more food and not be tempted by high sin things. So again, it's just exactly the same vegetables as I used this evening. So it's tomato, cucumber, gherkins, chilies, red onion, spinach, which I shredded actually for this one, which I don't normally bother doing, but I wanted to mix it up. And then it is that whole tin of mixed beans, which you can't really tell now it's in there, but that is a whole tin of beans in there. I'm gonna top that with, oh my goodness, sorry. Oh, you're there, sorry. I'm doing so badly. So I've just cooked my kebab meat. Watch me burn my hand now. This is it in the pan. Oh, you can't really see. So I just fried it in 10 sprays of olive oil. You can buy the spray bottles from the supermarket, and it's just a nicer way of using oil because FryLight is obviously quite a fake product. There's nothing wrong with FryLight, it is vegan. If you want to use FryLight, that is entirely your choice. I'm just not really a fan. It's a very like fake chemically synthetic product. So the spray bottles of oil, can't see it, I was going to pick up and show you, but hang on, here we are. So this is the one I use, either this or there's a rapeseed one, the sunflower one. It's all much for muchness really. But this is half a syn for 5 sprays. So I've just used 10 sprays, so it's 1 syn. With my kebab meat on top. This is a 2.5 syn lunch. And I think that's pretty damn good. It's full of speed, full of protein, full of fibre from those beans, loads of lovely nutrients from the vegetables. You've got your little treaty bit from the flavour from the shawarma kebab. So I think this is a winning lunch, guys. Oh, and full of protein, so stay nice and full. Right, for your minestrone then, as I said, bonus recipe while my chips cook. Now I've made my lunch. Use a big pot for this. This is my big stock pot. I love it. The brand is ProCook. I love ProCook. Not sponsored, by the way. ProCook, if you want to sponsor me, let me know. But this is my big 5-litre stock pot, and yeah, it's stainless steel. It does everything you want it to. It doesn't go in the oven because it's got these rubber handles, but that's good because you can just lift it straight off the thing. My mum got me this probably 2 years ago now, and it's like I've probably burnt something on the bottom, which is why it's got funny marks. But apart from that, it's good as new, as long as you look after it. Maybe a bit better than I do. So basically in your pot, you're gonna saute off, ooh, chopped veg. I'll just show you properly. Do excuse the mess. But here we have 1.5 red onions. I would have put one, but I had the extra half from preparing my salads this evening, so that's why that is. And then I've got 3 carrots, which I've just chopped into these little half moons, and 3 sticks of celery, which again I've just sliced. So we're going to pop all of these into the big pot. I've just thrown some on the floor and some more because I'm a very messy person and I have to work very hard not to be. So pop it all in the pot. I'm going to add a small bit of water. So you probably don't even know if you can see it. Yeah, there's a bit of water in there. And we're just going to get that sauteing while we chop the rest of the ingredients. So fun story, halfway through prepping this, my chips are definitely ready. In fact, they're a tiny bit burnt. So I'm just going to tell you what to do because I just throw everything in together. You'll see I just chopped 3 cloves of garlic. I've already put them in. I've got 2 courgettes, which I halve them and then chop them into 2 lengthways in each half, then just like cube them. So that's going into the pot. At the end, I'm adding this cabbage and leek mix, but not now because it's going to go too soggy. The other things I'm adding in are 2 tins of pinto beans, 1 pack of Tesco garlic and herb passata, 1 tin of chopped tomatoes, obviously that leaf mix, a little bag of soup pasta, and then we need to find some flavour. So at the end, I'll be adding in, I've lost it, got too much on the go. At the end, I'll be adding in some basil, but I also need some dried herbs because they're really gonna give it a nice punch. So I'll just show you what I add in now. Okay, so we're just gonna go in with a teaspoon of dried basil, 2 teaspoons of dried parsley, and 2 teaspoons, maybe 2.5 of oregano. As I said, at the end, I'll add in fresh basil, I'll add in the cabbage and leek mix. I'm also going to put 2 stock cubes in there as well, but that's it. I'll write the recipe up in the description anyway, but I need to get on and cook my kebab. Right guys, it's ready. So here is the finished product. This is a very big dinner, but it is, the vast majority is salad, so I'm cool with that. I just want to say it looks a bit different in perspective because of the camera. Ooh! Lost a bit of beetroot. Okay, I'm gonna go eat. Bye. Hey guys, so I've just been clearing up and my soup is now ready. It appears at some point I accidentally turned the hob off, so that was fun. But now I have added the cabbage and leek mix, the pasta, beans, and the basil, which I chopped as finely as I could, which is not very. The one thing I haven't shown you is salt and pepper. So you need to kind of season it to your own taste, but I do recommend a good grinder pepper. And I'm not going to put too much salt in mine just because I put 2 stock cubes in, so you know there's a fair bit of salt in them. So I think, yeah, I'll just put like half a teaspoon or something. It's my advent calendar, I forgot to say. I've also had an advent calendar chocolate today, of course, because it is now December. So they are one cent each if you've got the Move Free advent calendar. Yeah, I'll just show you my soup. So this is it bubbling away. Everything is now in there, as you can see. I'm going to take it off the heat literally right now because I don't want it to overcook, but there we go. Nice and simple, but very delicious. Right, all cleared up, and well, you know, except for the odd bit, but there we go. Here is my soup, minestrone soup, and I got 6 really good meal-sized portions out of these, so really pleased that was a useful bit of meal prep. And it's sin-free, so really helpful. I'm going to write a sticker for each of these, and then when they've cooled down a bit, I'll put them in the freezer, pretty much all of them bar one, I think. And yeah, that's pretty much it from me. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. I think I probably didn't show you that I had an apple for a snack. I also had an Alpro chocolate pot for pudding for lunch. Can't remember if I showed you or not. I think other than that, that's pretty much it. But yeah, so I'll see you guys next time. I'll see you guys next time. And thanks for sticking with me. Like if you like the video, subscribe if you want to see more like this. As always, sorry I'm not posting as regular as I'd like to, but life is just getting in the way at the moment. I'm doing my best, guys. So again, thanks for watching, thanks for sticking with me, and see you next time.